Hello universe, welcome to another episode of Star Ranks. The last episode was over half a year ago, which goes to show my lack of consistent schedule. To catch you up with what's been going on in my life, I just graduated college, so I have been busy looking for employment and moving things out of my current location to go back to my hometown. This means I did not have time to make any Lorify theories, and I just found out earlier this week that Lorify has officially ended. Anyway, let's get on to today's ranking. Back in June, the next two chapters of Deltarune released along with the Switch 2, and I knew it was going to be my personality for the next few months. And so far, it has taken the majority of my brain. But nothing has been in my brain more than the game's latest soundtrack release. Toby Fox never misses, and he may have just released bangers that rival Undertale's greatest hits. But how do I think Deltarune measures up to Undertale's soundtrack? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about. These are my favorite Undertale/Deltarune tracks. These are not in any particular order, they are just tracks that left a huge impact on my experience playing the games. My favorite tracks change almost every day, so it would be impossible for me to make a true top 10 list, but 10 is a nice round number. Battle against a true hero. Don't get mad at me, because even though this battle track is in last place, it's still a 9 out of 10, which just goes to show the quality of these tracks. Battle against a true hero does something that no other track does in Undertale and reverses the roles of the two fighters. Undyne, the monster, is the hero, and you, the human, are the villain. This is your boss theme. You are banging your head to your defeats. The stakes are high as Undyne tries her best to keep you from reaching Hotland, and even as she fails, she has succeeded in stalling for everyone to evacuate. If this music doesn't make you feel bad about what you've done, then you are the monster.
I'm making f***ing mac and cheese, and nobody can stop me!
The World Revolving. The World Revolving is a carousel of stimulation. Listening to it with my headphones makes me feel like I'm spinning around while jumping up and down, which I've tried before and it's very confusing. The spontaneous nature of the song brings unpredictability to the music and a fresh experience each time. Jevil has become one of the most talked about characters in Deltarune, even though he is the least developed of the secret bosses. But this theme tells us all you need to know about him.
Welcome to the underground!
Megalovania. Taking its meme history out of the conversation, Megalovania is a good boss theme. You've heard it, I've heard it. We all know it's a banger. But is it the legendary staple of history everyone has called it?
No.
Yes it is. The reason Megalovania is so popular is because with the first 4 notes, almost everyone who's on the internet will know what it is, and therefore it deserves this number 8 spot.
Before time began, there was the cube.
Before the story. This track appears in all 3 chapters of Deltarune, and it's easy to see why. This piece of music tells a story itself. The story before the story. I can't put into words how this track makes me feel, but I can only describe it as if I'm climbing up to the peak of a roller coaster, waiting for the ride to take off. It really puts into perspective how big the legend of the Deltarune is, especially as you play through the chapters. Before the story fills me with anticipation and prepares me for the path ahead.
Water.
Waterfall. Waterfall is easily the best overworld track in Undertale, and the area is the most memorable because of its unique composition. As we move through Waterfall, we hear about the prophecy, and the track in the background enhances the lore and mystery of what the prophecy really means. What really sold me on this piece was hearing it played live for Undertale's 5th anniversary. The way they brought the track to life almost made me feel like I was in Waterfall.
Stop everything! Chris, get the banana!
Attack of the Killer Queen. This is the first boss battle fight in Deltarune that had me bopping my head while also focusing on dodging the bullets. Attack of the Killer Queen brings Chapter 2's foe to the forefront, highlighting her spontaneity and intimidating will. I also want to highlight the lyrical adaptation of this track by men on the internet.
I'll bash him, I'll smash him, now get me potassium, cause I'm what you look for dreams on.
I think they got the perfect person for the portrayal of Queen. Aside from that, the motifs that come back in the track, from Birdley's Smart Race to Queen's theme, are also really cool. Attack of the Killer Queen is killer.
Driving in my truck right after the beer.
You finally made it to the castle. The Broken King is waiting for you. He believes that at the end of the day, one of you must die. Are you ready? Asgore's boss theme makes me feel like I climbed Mount Everest for 5 years and found the biggest boss at the peak. It truly is the culmination of every challenge you have pushed through. Not only is there action in the theme, but also drama, tragedy, and hope. You try talking and see a bit of hope left in the king's eyes, but you continue fighting, seeing that the only person who can change the way of the battle is your opponent. Asgore shows the best of Undertale storytelling, and I can't get enough of it. Number 3. The Third Sanctuary. Have you ever heard of time signatures? Neither have I. Welcome to the Third Sanctuary. This track goes all over the place, and it also supports the flipped nature of the dark world Susie creates, being slightly off from the Second Sanctuary. I keep trying to bob my head to it, but it plays that one part and throws off my groove, but I love that it does that, because it reminds me that this dark world is not right. Toby really stepped it up in Deltarune Chapter 4, and this might be his best track since, well, we'll get to that one.
He said it!
Undertale. The titular track of my favorite game of all time. Of course, it had to be on this list, because it encompasses how Toby Fox's RPG impacted my life. Undertale is full of hopes and dreams, but also loss and nightmares. The Undertale itself is one of the best stories told in a video game because while it is simple, it teaches a lesson that will remain relevant forever. Be kind, help others fulfill their wishes, and you will find hope and joy, even in the darkest of times. While Azrael is turning to dust, he is still smiling, because he was able to bring the human to the flower bed they wished to see before they passed. I don't want to ramble on about this track too much, but to me, it's a 10 out of 10 track and is consistently my favorite. Lost Girl. The more I listen to this track, the more I love it. It is, to me, the most recognizable piece of music Toby Fox has produced. Through this track, Noelle has become one of my favorite characters Toby has created, and I wish we got more time with her, but I'm sure we'll get plenty more in the remaining chapters. Listening to this track gives me nostalgia, peace, and wonder, which, funnily enough, all connect to Christmas, which Noelle and her family are based around. So Lost Girl comes in at number 1. Again, these are not in a particular order, just what I consider to be the 10 most important tracks to me. I could put many other tracks on this list when talking about quality, but I'll leave it here. Let me know what you think, and if you want more content, subscribe below and comment what you would like me to rank next. Bye-bye!